fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Crusader Batmobile from Spin Master's 4-inch line of Batman figures. I just found this at my local Target a few days ago, so it looks like we have a brand new Batmobile. I kind of wanted to grab this one because it really reminds me of the design of the Batmobile from kind of the second half of the Batman animated series, back when they kind of redesigned it to fit more closely with the Superman design. And I really always liked that design of the Batmobile, so I thought this was pretty cool. You can see we have this kind of standard open packaging here. So we have the Batmobile, we have Batman up here, we have this like grappling hook that we're going to be able to launch out of the front missile launcher. Spinning it around to the back shows off some of the play features. There's like a little jail in the back. Of course, Batman can fit in the Batmobile. And then it's got these paper standees that I guess you can use for target practice if you would like. So, kind of neat. I'm going to go ahead and get everything off of this packaging here, and then we'll take a closer look. Here is the Crusader Batmobile and Batman out of the packaging. We'll take a look at Batman first. Now, I think this is a new version of Batman. I'm not sure if we've gotten this one before. I feel like I would have remembered the exposed elbows. But I am pretty sure that this version of Batman is going to be repainted in a few other sets that I've seen pictures for. So it might be new, but they're definitely going to use it more than once. But it's kind of cool. He's got like a kind of tactical armor here. We have the light up blue eyes. Well, they don't light up, but they're painted to look like they're lit up is what I'm saying. Which I like that. I think that's kind of cool. You got the yellow outlined black bat on the chest. He's got a belt here. Again, got the exposed elbows, but it looks like he's got some canisters or something kind of on the arm there. He's got some batarangs over here on this bicep. He's got some kind of grapple gun or something there. So it's kind of a neat design. It is a nice cloth cape. Unfortunately, mine's a little messed up. You can see I feel like should be inset further in. But we'll see how that holds up over time. But it is a nice cloth cape. It's got the cutout for the hole in the back, so if you want to peg in any accessories there, you don't have to worry about the cape, which is nice. Articulation-wise, pretty standard for these. The head can kind of move side to side, but it's very tight. And I feel like I'm kind of breaking it, so I'm not going to do it too much. We have a hinge here in the shoulder. Nice bit of rotation there. Rotation around. Got a hinge and a rotation here in the elbow. Hands, forearm, one solid piece, nothing in the waist. You have a ball joint here in the hip, which is nice. Kick pretty decently forward, pretty decently out to the side. We have a thigh swivel as well. It really blends in on this side because of the strap of the belt here, but you can really see it over here on this one. And then we have a hinge and a rotation in the knee. Mine are kind of tight, so just be a little careful if yours are the same. But rotate that around. There we go. So yeah, honestly, it's a pretty good looking Batman. He doesn't come with any accessories or anything like that. Obviously, he has the Batmobile, but he doesn't have any batarangs or grappling hooks or anything like that. So just the Batman figure, but he's pretty cool. We'll put him off to the side for the moment so we can take a look at the Batmobile itself. A lot of nice paint here in the front. I was actually really surprised. I love the blue and the gold. I think that looks really sharp. You have the grappling hook launcher here. I kind of wish this was hidden. Like you could push it down into, the hood of the car, and then there would open up, or even if it could just kind of pop, push down and then pop up and fire. If you could hide it completely, that would be awesome. I mean, I don't hate it. It just looks a little gaudy there on the front, so I wish there was a way. Because the Batmobile that I was referencing from I think it was New Adventures of Batman, whatever the redesign later on, that Batmobile had something similar where it was the hood and the whole top piece rotated around to expose the missile launcher. Something like that would have been awesome, or even if it could have just pushed down and been a little bit more flush with the hood and then pop up and then you could load the missile and something like that. But it's not too big a deal. The button, of course, is the bat symbol right here. It really fires very well. It definitely will go shooting across the room. You can see the grappling hook piece here. You have to load it in a specific way. If you try to put it in like this, it'll hit and it won't work. So you have to kind of do it like this, where you have one on top and these two out to the side. And then luckily there's nothing in the like missile itself that makes it have to be like loaded in a specific way. So as long as you just orient it the right way and pop it in, and then that'll clip in, and it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I like how much this connects in, and it's not kind of hanging out or looking even gaudier, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I just kind of wish that could hide somehow in the hood of the car. You have some translucent plastic here for the windows all the way around, which is pretty cool. You can lift up this entire section, and this will let you see the jail cell area back here, as well as the, I guess, driver's seat for Batman, we'll say. Now, there's a couple things about the driver's seat that are a little weird to me. So, you can see these kind of like joysticks here, which I'm assuming is where Batman is supposed to grab onto. But because of this chair piece here, there's absolutely no way if you sit the character here that his hands can grab onto these. I mean, this would be where his elbows start, and his hands would be over here. So, like, I just don't really get that design. And also, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but inside here, this is probably not going to show very well, and I apologize. But basically, right here, where my finger is, there's a piece of plastic straight across. And so, when you put him in, his feet automatically hit into that, and he can't fit very well. And I'll show you what I mean. So let's take our Batman that we just got. We will bend him with his feet forward, and I'll even kind of rotate like this. Now, as soon as I put him in here, he'll fit. But this doesn't... Oh, never mind. All right. Did I do something different this time? Well, at least you can see there's no way his hands are going to hold on to that. Because, again, his hands are up here. Did I go above? No? Okay. I guess I did something wrong the first time because I felt like it was too short. But it's working fine now. So, all right. I guess I did something wrong the first time. So he fits in there. That closes up. If you want to put someone in the back from the top here, you can. A lot of room back there, which is nice. Or you can actually lift up the bars here in the back. They will lift up, and then you can put someone in from the back here like this. And close it up. And the nice thing is you can push this in. There are these two little pieces here, right here and here, that you can kind of push, and that'll keep that very snugly in place, which is nice. Yeah, I really don't know what I did the first time. The first time I had trouble getting him to fit in there, and it was weird. I probably just didn't have the legs bent up enough, something like that. Because I had trouble with that bar, and it just felt like it wasn't enough space. See, like that. That's what I was running into. So you can see how I kind of put it in. So I just didn't have it situated correctly. Okay, so there you go. Well, that's good. I'd rather be wrong because it's easier to sit him in there. That's the good thing. I didn't want it to be difficult to sit him in there. But yeah, so pretty cool. I really like this. I mean, there's not a ton of bells and whistles to it. It feels like a pretty good, solid plastic. It does feel decently heavy, not too light. The wheels are pretty solid. They roll very well. No problems there. You have these pieces here. This is how it's connected to the bottom with those plastic plug things you have to turn. It's connected right here, here, and here. Those are always kind of a pain, but not too bad. But yeah, I really like the design of this one. And I really like all the paint here in the front. I feel like a little bit more of the gold and the blue maybe on the side. Maybe they could have painted the bat symbol a black or a gold or something. Because I really like this paint here in the front. I think that looks really sharp. And just a tiny little bit more on the sides just to kind of extend that around a little bit. But I do really like the translucent blue for the windows. I think that's a nice touch. And I really like that you can fit... I mean, you could probably fit 2 or 3 characters in here if you really tried. So you could definitely, with, you know, Batman in the driver's seat, probably have a total of 3, 4 characters total, which I appreciate. So yeah, I really like the design of this. Again, the only thing I would complain about, I wish you could hide this a little bit, but I'm getting used to it. It's not that big a deal. So in the last video I did for Blue Beetle, I had a couple comments where people were asking me to do size comparisons, and I have to apologize. That is something I forgot to do in the Blue Beetle video. So first off, of course, we will start with Blue Beetle. In comparison here with Batman, you can see that they are exactly the same size. Fit really, really nicely together. Here is Rogue from the Epic Hero series from Marvel. Pretty much the same size. Here is a 3 3/4 inch Buzz Lightyear, just for fun. And then here is a Fortnite figure, also just to show you that they're all basically the same size. But all the Spin Master stuff really scales nicely, and I would say it does scale pretty well with Marvel's Epic Hero series as well. They're all about 4 inches. So the Fortnite figure looks a little bigger in comparison. These are supposed to be 4 inch, but he looks a little bit taller at 4 inches. So I don't know. Maybe these are all 3 3/4 inch, but I don't think so. I don't know. Somewhere between 3 3/4 and 4 inches. Maybe this is just a tall character, but they're pretty much all nicely in scale with each other. And then the last thing to talk about here are these little standees that they give you. Basically, they come like this at the bottom of the packaging. You have to kind of lift the whole tray out, and they're underneath. So from what I can tell, there aren't really any directions for these, but you kind of bend this forward and then pop this here in the back. So you get one for King Shark, Mr. Freeze, and the Joker. And I will try to knock these with the launcher, but more than likely the launcher is just going to go flying. So we'll see how this works. Nope, right in between them. Perfect. All right, we'll try again. All right, let's see. Nope, went over his head. So I don't know how well these are going to work. They kind of lean back. I guess I could bend this forward and push this in more. That might work a little bit. They still kind of lean back. I'll try to tilt this. There you go. So you can target practice. You can set these across the room. Have some fun shooting the grappling hook at them. But, you know, they're a neat little extra thing. They're definitely not needed, but they're kind of a cool little extra thing, so it's kind of neat that they included them. If you have the real figures, obviously you can try shooting at them as well, but, you know, if this is your first Batman pickup from Spin Master, you know, you can have some paper villains for him to fight until you can pick up the actual figures. But yeah, it's just a neat little inclusion. It's kind of cool. So that's going to do it for the Crusader Batmobile with Batman here from the Spin Master line. I like this one a lot, honestly. The Batman definitely didn't think it was going to be my favorite, but the design has kind of grown on me. You know, you have the kind of tactical gear. I just think having the exposed elbows is weird. It just seems like, you know, somewhere he's vulnerable. So to elect to do that is awkward to me, but, you know, it is what it is. It's still kind of a cool design. And like I said, I think I saw this in, I want to say there's a new Killer Croc set that I saw at Walmart, I think. I think we also saw it on Amazon, but that's floating around. So there's a couple new sets kind of making their way around. And I believe this is going to get repainted for that set. Same design and everything. But I really like the Batmobile. I mean, I really do like it a lot. Like I said, it reminds me of that design from the New Adventures of Batman. I think that's what that show is called. I apologize if it's not what it's called. I know it was part of the like Batman Superman adventures when they used to do an hour together. But that Batmobile, I really liked that design, and this reminds me a lot of that. That toy from that show could also hold 2 characters, and it had the missile launcher in the hood, so it's very reminiscent of that to me. But I like it. I really like it a lot. You can fit a lot of characters inside. I love the paint on the front. I think the grappling hook is a fun gimmick. I just wish there was some way you could kind of store it inside the hood or hide it somehow, just to have kind of a more sleek design when he's just cruising around, and then have it flip out and fire. But I love the jail cell on the back. Yeah, everything about this I think is a lot of fun. I got it at Target for, I think it was $19.99 or $20.99, so about 20 bucks. I think that's fair. Honestly, it's a pretty nice sized Batmobile. Plus you get, you know, like an $8 figure. He doesn't have any accessories, which is kind of a bummer, but I feel like that's kind of standard for pack-ins with vehicles. So, yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's worth the price. I mean, if you want to wait for a sale, I totally get that. A lot of this stuff has eventually gone on clearance at Targets and Walmarts and things like that. I mean, if you could find this for 10 bucks, I think that's a steal. Honestly, I think paying full retail at 20 is not bad at all. I was expecting it to be more with how big it is. But yeah, I like it a lot. Oh, you know what I'll do? Just for fun? Something that just occurred to me, and I can't believe it took me this long. Here is the Batmobile from the Flash line, just so you can get an idea of how much bigger this one is. And I think this with 2 figures was like 35 or 40 or something. And then this is just 20 with 1 figure. Like, that seems like such a much better deal. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the design of this Batmobile. Oh, I think this will always be one of my favorites, but the price discrepancy, like, this seems like such a better deal, which is why I was kind of surprised when this turned out to only be 20. This still looks amazing, and I love this, but I just think, you know, if you're looking for a nice size Batmobile at a good price, I think this is definitely the deal for you. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.